A long, long time ago, in a quiet corner of the world, there lived a gentle and kind man who always put others before himself. He worked hard, gave to those in need, and took special care of his wife and 3 daughters. Even after he passed away, his good heart earned him a very special rebirth. He was born again, not as a man, but as a magnificent swan with feathers that shimmered like gold under the sun. He lived peacefully by a clear blue lake surrounded by tall trees and wildflowers. But even in his new life, the swan never forgot his family. He thought of them often, his wife's kind eyes, the sound of his daughter's laughter. They must be struggling without me, he thought. Perhaps I can still help. So one day, he spread his golden wings and flew across the sky over rivers, valleys, and hills until he reached his old home. It was still there, smaller now, more worn. Smoke rose weakly from the chimney, and the garden looked dry and untended. As he landed in the front yard, the 3 girls ran outside. "Look, Mama," cried the youngest, "a golden swan." The mother stepped outside, her eyes widening. There was something familiar about the swan. It looked at her gently and said, "Don't be afraid. I have come to help. I was once your husband, and I still care for you all deeply." Tears filled the woman's eyes. She knelt down in wonder. "I cannot stay long," the swan said softly, "but I will return again and again. Each time I will give you one of my golden feathers. Sell it and use the money for food, clothes, or whatever you need, but only take one at a time. If you're patient, I can help you for many years." The family was overjoyed. The swan gently plucked one glowing feather and placed it at their feet. Then, with a powerful beat of his wings, he rose into the sky and disappeared into the clouds. From that day on, the golden swan returned every week, each time bringing one feather. The girls were always delighted to see him, and their lives grew more comfortable. No more hunger, no more cold nights. But as time passed, something changed in the mother's heart. "This is too slow," she grumbled one evening. "Why wait for one feather at a time? If I had them all now, we could be rich. We could buy a big house, servants, even jewels." Her daughters looked uneasy. "But Mama," he said, to be patient. "He's helping us in his own way." But the mother's mind was made up. The next time the golden swan arrived, he greeted them with his usual warmth. But before he could settle, the mother lunged forward, grabbed him tightly, and cried, "Now I'll take them all at once." The daughters shouted in protest, but it was too late. The mother plucked out every single golden feather, while the swan cried out in pain. When it was done, he lay on the ground, trembling, his body bare and his wings weak. The mother held the feathers triumphantly, but suddenly something terrible happened. The golden sheen began to fade. The feathers turned white, just like any ordinary birds. Their magic was gone. The daughters gasped. The swan looked up with sad eyes and said, "You were given a gift born of love and patience, but your greed has taken it all away. If only you had trusted me." And with those final words, the swan slowly rose, his now white wings fluttering weakly. He flew away and was never seen again. The family still had the ordinary feathers, but they were worth nothing. The golden magic had been lost forever. The daughters, heartbroken, did their best to take care of each other. The mother, full of regret, often stared out at the sky, wishing she could undo her mistake. Moral of the story. This story teaches us that true generosity is not something to be taken for granted, and that the best gifts in life often come slowly with love and patience. The golden swan gave selflessly, offering what he could, one feather at a time. He asked for nothing in return, only that his gift be received with care and gratitude. But when greed enters the heart, it blinds us to the value of steady kindness. The mother, in her desire to have everything at once, lost not just the golden feathers, but the trust, love, and help that could have lasted a lifetime. We live in a world that often tells us to want more, to have more, to rush toward riches or success. But this story reminds us, riches gained without respect for the giver and without patience often disappear just as quickly. The greatest treasures are not always gold. They are trust, loyalty, and love, and these must be nurtured, not snatched. In life, be like the daughters, thankful, content, and patient. And remember, when we honor the rhythm of kindness, it continues to bless us. But when we try to force it, we may end up with nothing at all. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for future stories.